So my plan was to come to Nairobi 1 year and chop all the remaining money and clean all my bank accounts because I'm going to start my new job.
It's a new year and we have a new financial story. We speak to Dr. Gladys Ngetich, a Rhodes Scholar, a consultant, an author, a podcaster, a motivational speaker who has a PhD in engineering science from the University of Oxford and a postdoctoral fellow at MIT.
I was the best student in my district, so I received full funding to cover my entire undergrad from James Finlay Trust Fund, and they ended up giving me 80,000. Whatever remains out of 80 is for my own use.
An A student, she had 75 A's out of a possible 80 at JQuad. Despite this, she struggled to get a job.
So in my mind, I knew, you know what? HR from Kengen, from KPLC, I knew they'll be waiting for me at gate A. I saw dust. I applied for jobs. I wasn't getting any job. That was the first reality check.
She turned to academia and was able to get straight into her PhD right after her bachelor's.
So this friend mentions, did you know in the UK, if you want to skip masters, you can? I was like, what? When I was applying for scholarship, I was applying for masters. So I told them, you know, I've been told there is an opportunity to do a PhD. So they asked me, have you gotten a supervisor? That is how I landed a professor. You know, it's like, when you arrive, look for me and then we'll start from there. And that is how I skipped my masters.
After completing her PhD, she falls into the same struggle as she did after her bachelor's.
With a degree from Oxford, my arrogance was above the roof. So what I wanted to do now after the PhD was to be a research engineer in SpaceX or Boeing. So I applied, rejections upon rejections. At some point I was like, there are three things: something wrong with me, something wrong with employers, something wrong with my application.
We also talk about the use of ATS screening when applying for jobs.
Now, later, I was learning that there is something called ATS. Like, it's not a human being looking at your degree.
Yes.
They are looking for keywords and it's a computer like searching keywords for this. So I did not know.
Eventually, she was able to get an opportunity at MIT, earning up to $100,000 a year. We talk about how authoring books has become a pathway for passive income for her, with one book making her up to $1 million shillings in sales.
I've written 3 books actually. The most profitable one is The PhD Journey. I've made over $10,000 from this book.
This is a story where Gladys explains that excelling in school and excelling on paper is just half the journey.